Religious trauma is a condition that can be experienced by people who are really struggling with leaving an authoritarian, dogmatic religion and coping with the damage of indoctrination and attachment trauma. And really, there's some research that shows that religious trauma is a form of attachment trauma because for Western religions, many Western religions, there is this idealization as a child of an anthropomorphic God, right? So, um, so that when this person is experiencing religious trauma, they may be going through kind of a shattering of their personal beliefs, of their meaningful faith. They may be breaking away from a controlling community and lifestyle. And religious trauma is really a function of both the chronic abuses of the harmful aspects that can happen in religion and the impact of losing a sense of certainty about truth and reality that comes from having a religion. So, for many people in Western religions, especially, when you believe in that religion, you have that book or set of teachings, and it creates a huge sense of certainty, about what you should eat and how you should dress and how you should act and the ethics and the ways you act in your community. And if you even consider leaving that religion, you could lose your whole community, you could lose your family, you can lose your sense of certainty, and you're left with the big vacuum of uncertainty. And that can be really frightening and painful. It can be just as frightening and painful as the experience itself um, of the religion that you're having. So um, now, obviously, I'm not trying to say that religion is negative. I'm not in any way a believer that in black and whites. I think in Star Wars it says only Sith Lords believe in extremes, right? So, um, for us, we're taking an approach that's not an atheistic approach. Neither is it trying to project on other people. The answer is not to project on other people our personal beliefs. What's really important is to try to help people to find their own direct understanding of what the truth is for them. Now, if you grow up as a child within a religious community, receiving the love and acceptance of a parent is usually connected with following the beliefs of your religion and the community, regardless if you even fully understand it. Because, developmentally, children really in their brain, they really don't begin to develop the capacity for abstract thinking till around 10, 11, 12 years old. So before that, getting children into the idea of God and heaven and hell and being saved, they can't really actually grasp that, the depth of that and what that really means at all. When you grow up, leaving or having different views from your culture could mean losing everything you love, right? So not following the strict rules of the group or standing up for different individual views that you hold can result in like a disconnection from your parents and this feeling that you're disconnecting from the source of divine love. And the possibility of losing your connection to God and by association, your family. This can be incredibly frightening and devastating to someone considering stepping away from their religion or community. And sometimes people don't want to step away from their beliefs. Sometimes it's the community and just the fear and judgment that they find really oppressive or really difficult to live with. So the last thing I'll say is that just like post-traumatic stress disorder, religious trauma really has a recognizable set of symptoms and a definite set of causes. And it also can express itself in a very debilitating cycle of self-abuse. And there are ways to stop the abuse and to recover from religious trauma. So I would say that, religious trauma looks like post-traumatic stress disorder. It can have a lot of the same symptoms like panic attacks and anxiety or nightmares, but we add into it this aspect of attachment trauma,
Yeah.
right? That I'm not okay unless the fundamental person who raised me and loved me in the world sees me as okay. And that's not just mom and dad. That can be God, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'll never be okay unless they're okay with me.